Locri is a town and comune in the province of Reggio Calabria, Calabria, southern Italy. The name derives from the ancient Greek town Locris. History. Epizephyrian Locris was founded about 680 BC on the Italian shore of the Ionian Sea, near modern Capo Zephyrio, by the Locrians, apparently by Openti from the city of Opis, but including Ozoli and Lacedaemonians. Its Latin name, Locri, is the plural of the Latin Locris, which was used both to mean an inhabitant of Locris and the eponymous ancestor of the Locrians. Strabo suggests that it was the Ozoli who were the main founders. Due to fierce winds at an original settlement, the settlers moved to the present site. After a century, a defensive wall was built. Outside the city there are several necropolis, some of which are very large. Epizephyrian Locris was one of the cities of Magna Graecia. Its renowned lawgiver Lucas decreed that anyone who proposed a change in the laws should do so with a noose about their neck, with which they should be hanged if the amendment did not pass. Plato called it the flower of Italy, due to the local people's characteristics. Locris was the site of two great sanctuaries, that of Persephone, here worshipped as the protector of fertile marriage, and of Aphrodite. In the early centuries Locris was allied with Sparta, and later with Syracuse. It founded two colonies of its own, Hippinion and Medma. During the Pyrrhic Wars fought between Pyrrhus of Epirus and Rome, Locris accepted a Roman garrison and fought against the Epirot king. However, the city changed sides numerous times during the war. Bronze tablets from the treasury of its Olympium, a temple to Zeus, record payments to a king, generally thought to be Pyrrhus. Despite this, Pyrrhus plundered the temple of Persephone at Locris before his return to Epirus, an event which would live on in the memory of the Greeks of Italy. At the end of the war, perhaps to allay fears about its loyalty, Locris minted coins depicting a seated Rome being crowned by Pistis, a goddess personifying good faith and loyalty, and returned to the Roman fold. The city was abandoned in the 5th century AD. The town was finally destroyed by the Saracens in 915. The survivors fled inland about 10 kilometers to the town Geraci on the slopes of the Aspromonte, modern Locri. After 1850, Geraci developed along the coast, forming a new center, Geraci Marina, to house new public buildings and a railway station. In 1934 it changed its name in Locri, which is now the administrative center of the Locri area. Ndrangheta hotbed. Locri is a hotbed of the Ndrangheta, which is known to be a Calabrian criminal organization. It is home to several clans such as the Cataldo and Cordi families. The town made headlines worldwide when the vice president of the Regional Assembly of Calabria, Francesco Fortunio, was gunned down with 5 bullets in front of dozens of bystanders as he cast his vote at the primary elections on the 16th of October 2005. In protest, students spontaneously took to the streets the day after Fortunio's killing. One banner read, "E adesso ammazzate tutti," and many carried white sheets as a symbol of protest against the omerta, or the law of silence, that protects the mafia. The killing triggered the birth of the Ammazzate tutti movement against the Ndrangheta. The movement is also known as Ragazzi di Locri. The funeral of Fortunio on the 19th of October 2005 was attended by 8,000 people. Main sites: Ionic Temple of Marasa. In the first half of the 5th century BC, the Locrians demolished their archaic temple and rebuilt a new temple in the Ionic style. The temple was designed by Syracusan architects around 470 BC, based on the idea of Hieraea of Syracuse. The new temple occupies the same place as the previous one, but it has a different orientation. The temple was destroyed in the 11th century. The dimensions of the temple were 45.5 by 19.8 meters. The cella is free of supports on the central axis. The pronaos had 2 columns. The temple has 17 Ionic columns on the long side, and 6 on the front. The height of the temple was 12 meters. The theatre was built in the 4th century BC not far from the ancient city, in the Contrada Paretina, taking advantage of a hillside slope. The original structure had space for more than 4,500 people. Now only the central part of the theatre is visible. Part of the cavea was cut into the rocks. Each plane was divided in 7 wedges between 6 scales. A horizontal separation divided the upper theatre from the lower theatre. Notable people: Acrian, Melano, Gnosis, Philistion of Locri, Timaeus of Locri, Zaleucus. Mass media: Radio Studio 54 Network, a private radio station based in Locri. Its transmission reaches Studio 54 Network on FM in 9 provinces in 5 regions of southern Italy.